The unapologetic rise, why black women must shatter the myth of humility. Imagine a world where brilliance isn't dimmed, where voices aren't silenced, and where power isn't constrained by the shackles of false humility. Today, we're diving deep into a conversation that's long overdue, inspired by the groundbreaking insights of Queen Denae, a visionary leader who's redefining success for black women in business. Her words have ignited a fire within me, and I'm here to fan those flames into a blaze that will light up the world. Queen Denae isn't just a successful entrepreneur. She's a beacon of hope and a catalyst for change. Her unwavering commitment to empowering black women in business has transformed countless lives and is reshaping the very fabric of our corporate landscape. Through her work, she's not just building businesses, she's constructing a legacy of unapologetic excellence that will echo through generations. Now, let's confront an uncomfortable truth. The concept of humility has been weaponized against black women for far too long. We've been conditioned to believe that staying humble is the key to success, that if we don't outshine others, if we keep our heads down and work quietly, we'll eventually get our due. But let me ask you this. When has playing small ever led to groundbreaking change? The words of Queen Denae echo in my mind. Humility is often weaponized against black women. Historically, we have been socialized to be humble, to silence our voices, and make a scene and not heard. This isn't about modesty or grace. It's about maintaining social hierarchies that limit our power. Think about it. How many times have you heard a successful black woman described as arrogant or too much? These labels reflect society's discomfort with us occupying visible and celebrated spaces. But it's time to flip the script. Let me tell you about Janice Bryant Howroyd. Born in the segregated South in 1952, she faced a world that seemed determined to keep her in her place. Racial and gender biases weren't just obstacles, they were towering walls designed to contain her ambition. Access to capital, a pipe dream, networking opportunities, few and far between. But Janice, she looked at those walls and saw a challenge, not a barrier. She didn't just overcome these obstacles, she used them as stepping stones. Howroyd leveraged her unique strengths and experiences to build the ACT-owned group, becoming the first African-American woman to found a billion-dollar company. Let that sink in for a moment. A billion-dollar company. In a world that told her to be humble, to know her place, she chose to know her worth instead. Howroyd's journey from extreme poverty to building an empire isn't just inspiring. It's a testament to the power of self-advocacy and challenging cultural conditioning. She refused to let societal expectations hold her back. Instead, she embraced her authentic self, spoke up for her value, and demanded recognition for her achievements. Now, you might be thinking, that's just one exceptional case. But let me assure you, it's not. Black women across the board are proving that when we step into our power, we don't just succeed, we thrive. Consider this. During the COVID-19 pandemic, a time when businesses were shuttering left and right, black women-owned businesses grew more than any other group. Let that sink in. In the face of a global crisis, systemic disadvantages, limited access to capital, and higher business closure rates, these entrepreneurs didn't just survive. They flourished. This growth wasn't accidental. It was the result of resilience, adaptability, and an unwavering belief in their own potential. When given the right resources and support, targeted grant programs, increased access to capital, enhanced training, and mentorship opportunities, black women don't just meet expectations, we shatter them. But here's where it gets really interesting. A study by Durham University reveals that black female leaders take more career-focused risks than any other leader, including white female leaders. From 1850 to 2019, examining the career paths of iconic figures like Rosa Parks, Michelle Obama, and Oprah Winfrey, the research underscores a crucial point. Black women's success isn't in spite of bold moves, but because of them. So I ask you, why are we still clinging to this outdated notion of humility? Why are we apologizing for our brilliance instead of celebrating it? It's time for a paradigm shift. We need to recognize that embracing our authentic selves and our unique contributions isn't just beneficial for us as individuals, it's crucial for creating a more inclusive, innovative, and equitable business environment. Imagine the ripple effects if more black women felt empowered to speak up, assert their value, and demand recognition for their achievements. We're not just talking about individual success stories here. We're talking about a cultural transformation that could reshape industries, challenge systemic barriers, and pave the way for generations to come. But this change won't happen if we keep playing by old rules. We need to challenge the cultural conditioning that has historically held us back. We need to break free from the limitations imposed by societal expectations and rise to our full potential. This isn't about being prideful or self centered. It's about recognizing our worth and refusing to let others define our value. It's about understanding that when we advocate for ourselves, we're not just fighting for our own success, we're creating pathways for others to follow. Now, I can almost hear the skeptic, but what about teamwork? What about collaboration? Let me be clear. Embracing our power doesn't mean stepping on others. It means bringing our full selves to the table, contributing our unique perspectives, and elevating the entire team in the process. When Black women rise, we don't rise alone. We bring others with us. We challenge the status quo. We inspire change. And yes, sometimes that makes people uncomfortable. But comfort has never been the catalyst for progress. Think about the Black women entrepreneurs who defied all odds during the pandemic. They didn't just keep their businesses afloat, they made them soar. These women looked at a global crisis and saw opportunity. They pivoted, innovated, and persevered. And in doing so, they didn't just secure their own futures, they created jobs, supported communities, and injected vital energy into a struggling economy. Their success isn't just a feel good story, it's a powerful testament to what's possible when Black women refuse to be limited by societal expectations. It's proof that our unique perspectives, our resilience, our innovation are not just valuable, they're essential. But let's be clear, this success didn't come easy. These women had to fight against a system that often seems designed to hold them back. They had to navigate a business world that still too often views them with skepticism or outright hostility. They had to work twice as hard to get half as far. And yet they persevered, they thrived, they excelled. Now, imagine a world where these women didn't have to fight quite so hard. Imagine a business landscape where their talents were recognized, their voices were heard, and their contributions were valued from the start. That's the world we're fighting for. That's the change we're trying to create. But it starts with us. It starts with rejecting the notion that we need to make ourselves small to make others comfortable. It starts with embracing our power, our brilliance, our unique perspectives. It starts with understanding that when we advocate for ourselves, we're advocating for all those who will come after us. Remember the study about Black female leaders taking more career risks? That's not just a statistic, that's a roadmap. It tells us that our boldness, our willingness to take chances, our refusal to play it safe, these are our superpowers. These are the qualities that set us apart and drive us forward. So I challenge you today. Reflect on how you've been holding yourself back. What beliefs about staying humble have been limiting your potential? How can you start advocating for yourself more powerfully? For the Black women listening, I want you to know this. You have what it takes to redefine the business world in profound and transformative ways just by being your authentic self. You bring a world of experience, knowledge, and culture to the table that is invaluable. It's time to step fully into your power. And for everyone else, how can you support and amplify the voices of Black women in your organization? How can you challenge your own biases and create more inclusive spaces where everyone can thrive? Remember, this isn't just about individual success. It's about creating a more equitable world for all of us. Yeah, when we refuse to apologize for our brilliance, that when we rise unapologetically, we set an example of courage and empowerment that transcends industries and inspires transformation on a global scale. The world needs our leadership. It needs our unique perspectives, our resilience, our innovation. By embracing our authentic selves and advocating for our worth, we're not just changing our own lives, we're changing the world. So let's make a pact today. No more dimming our light. No more apologizing for our success. No more letting others define our worth. It's time to rise, to shine, to lead unapologetically. Embrace your authenticity. Challenge the status quo. Advocate for yourself and others. Be bold in pursuing your dreams and taking calculated risks. Remember, your success isn't just about you, it's about paving the way for a legacy of greatness. As we conclude this powerful message, inspired by the transformative insights of Queen Denae, I want to leave you with this thought. The next time someone tells you to stay humble, ask yourself, is this advice empowering me or is it keeping me small? Your brilliance isn't a threat, it's a gift to the world. It's time to let it shine. But don't let this be just another inspiring talk that fades away as soon as you leave this room. I challenge you to take action. Today, right now, I want you to make a commitment to yourself. Write down one way you've been holding yourself back out of a misplaced sense of humility. Maybe it's not speaking up in meetings. Maybe it's not applying for that promotion. Maybe it's not starting that business you've been dreaming about. Now, I want you to write down one concrete step you're going to take to change that. And I don't mean someday, I mean this week. Are you going to pitch that idea in your next meeting? Are you going to update your resume and apply for that senior position? Are you going to register that business name? Whatever it is, commit to it. And not just to yourself. Share it with someone, post it on social media, tell a friend. Because when we speak our intentions out loud, we make them real. We make ourselves accountable. And remember, every time you advocate for yourself, every time you refuse to shrink, every time you shine your light brightly and unapologetically, you're not just changing your own life. You're changing the world. You're showing every black girl out there what's possible. You're reshaping expectations and redefining what leadership looks like. So go forth and be brilliant. Be bold. Be unapologetically you. The world is waiting for your light. It's time to let it shine.